Right, so I think this is video number 26, I think, and yeah, more things have happened. Every day something happens. So, what is missing here? The other pannier. So anyway, before I introduce that, today is the day that I use warm showers for the first time, which I think I said in the previous vlog is website dedicated to people that cycle, hosts and surfers. Same scenario as Couchsurfing and BeWelcome.com. So yeah, I sent one request out and I was accepted, so that's quite interesting. So I'm heading there, and I'm taking the longer route, which is 80 kilometers, because it's literally just perfectly flat, actually with a decline all the way, with a descent, sorry. So yeah, it's really smooth so far. Unfortunately, though it is Sunday, which is always the best day to cycle because everything's closed and you just don't see anyone at all, it is supposed to rain all day, and it's going to get heavier and heavier, and it's already been raining all morning. So there's that. I ripped my shorts the other day here. There we go. So people get to see a bit of leg and a bit more leg. And yeah, so the last 4 days has gone crazy quick. So I've had 4 nights in Graz with 3 rest days, 30 kilometer days, and yeah, it's just gone so quick. And feeling a little bit, not ill, but a little bit of a stomach upset, and I'm not quite sure why, because I generally buy the same foods. The only thing I did buy that's different, which I do when I have an opportunity to cook, and I was staying in the A&O in Graz. They had a really nice kitchen there actually, so I always just boil a load of eggs, because it's just an easy, nutritious, protein-based snack. And yeah, it could be one of those, because I remember when I put the eggs in, 2 were, I think, already damaged. So yeah, I've had a bit of a stomach upset. Could also be the water, because in places like South America and just generally, I don't really drink tap water because it's clearly just filled with poison. But you have to make compromises here and there, and it's good to hydrate a lot. And if you were just constantly buying like mineral water, not only is it just not time effective, but you'd be spending quite a lot per year. You'd literally be spending thousands of pounds on water. So what I've done with this, which just sheared off within 20 minutes, so it was already slightly ripped and it just completely snapped off, but actually it's better. It's actually the best thing that could have happened, because I've had so many problems with the panniers here rubbing into the spokes, which is why I think 2 spokes were actually damaged. I've actually removed one spoke completely, which sheared off, and the other one is not actually attached on one end, but I'm sure it's from the panniers that were like smashing against them for sure. One of the positive things which I read online is that you have different quantities of spokes per tyre depending on the bicycle. I seem to have the maximum amount of spokes that you expect from any bicycle, which is a good thing. I have more support, so I just don't really plan on fixing it unless the opportunity brings itself about and someone's like, oh, maybe I have a spare spoke or whatever. For now it's fine. Yeah, and I guess we'll see what happens. I kind of want to maintain a good speed. So what else? Oh, what I was saying was with the pannier, so it's a good thing, because what I'm going to do now is, there is actually not too much weight on this. I think it's probably like 3 kilos on the right, so you'd think there'd be an imbalance there. I honestly haven't felt any imbalance whatsoever. What I'm going to do tonight or tomorrow, I'm going to put that single bag on the rack and then put the saddle, is it the saddle? No, not the saddlebag. Yeah, the saddlebag over the top of it, which actually just makes it more aerodynamic anyway, and it's better distribution of weight. And I don't have to worry about these things flapping against the sides, and the possibility that that's probably going to rip at some point now, especially as there's no, distribution on the other side. So I had to make a quick fix, and consequently I've literally just tapped that to the front. So now for the first time since setting off, the front end is heavier than the back end. So yeah, which I think is better anyway, actually. And actually I quite like just having, I think I quite like the look of it, to be honest. And when that pannier is on the top, I just prefer the scenario there. So what else has been going on? In the end, I didn't actually have a chance to look around, Graz. I think I said on the previous video that I didn't really have an interest in looking around, and that's true. It's not really something that I'm too interested in. It's it will have the expected kind of historical centre that any kind of small town or city has in Europe. But yeah, I did plan on doing it. It's just I'm so shattered. My body was literally exhausted, and for 4 days I've just been like muscle aches and stuff like that. And after 3 weeks pretty much solidly on the bike, it is good to have a little rest. So I'm pleased with that. And in addition to that, and in addition to the warm showers, without giving the details of the story because it's long-winded and dull, there's a website called Home Exchange that I'd never really heard of before, and I had credit on it which I attained just through a mechanism of mine, and I never really planned on using it just because I didn't think it had much value. And there is a membership fee which was a little bit off-putting, which I paid £157 for a year, which is pretty expensive when you think about it. It's very expensive, incredibly expensive. They also take $500 from your account as a security deposit for each stay. However, I had accumulated so much credit on this website, I've actually maxed the credit on there, so I'll have to make a new account at some point. That I have approximately 30 to 40 nights, I've calculated as of last night, of free accommodation in anywhere in the world. It's pretty sick. So I booked 9 nights in Istanbul, in a nice area, for July sometime. And then I've booked already Plovdiv, and I plan on booking Sofia. And yeah, just using all the points. And I think I said in the previous video, I learned that you want to, once you've got credit with companies, use it before they change their mind or they're bust or whatever. So that's really nice. So now I have like just a vast collection of accommodation resources, an extra 2, I guess, that I've never utilised, that are really, really good for travel. One being for cycling and warm showers, and this Home Exchange being evidently quite popular. And I'm surprised I hadn't heard of it before. So yeah, I've stopped in a nice place. I haven't checked the distance I've done already this morning. It was raining for the first half of the journey, but it's just been beautiful, smooth cycleways. And yeah, I mean, I literally was just wanting to stop because I'm on the 2-hour straight mark. And what a little pretty place to stop, eh? Absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to have some of those eggs, have some cashews and cranberries, I think. And then, yeah, continue on. I'm supposed to meet the hosts at 5 p.m. It's now 11:45, so I think I have ample time. Though, like I said, it's planning on raining more. So that's the gist thus far. I'll probably bring out another video later today. Or maybe not, actually, if I'm in the host place. So maybe 2 tomorrow, just to, again, maintain and match the videos to the day's travel thus far. And so the most important thing, I guess, I mentioned on the other video, that horrendous squeak and the problems with the bike. So I soap scrubbed down the chain for about 30 minutes, just squeezing dishwasher soap into it, getting off all the old grease and grime as much as I could be bothered to do. Made a massive difference, just a huge difference. Everything, the gears change perfectly now. I added this wax substance that was recommended in a store, and I added a bit of oil at the same time, even though they told me not to bother doing too, and it seems to be going very smoothly, and the sound's gone. So I think therefore it was the chain, and we can conclude that it was the chain, which is the best possible option for the possibilities for that. Yeah, so I'll leave it there, 10 minutes, and I'll post tomorrow. Cool. Oh, one more picture of the bike. There we go.